Why should you make the government your customer, you ask? Because the government is the biggest spender in the world with small businesses. In this video, I'm sharing how you can decide for yourself, is the government your customer? And I'm giving you stats to back it up. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome. I'm Felicia Streeter over at FeliciaStreeter.com, where I help small businesses just like you get through government contracting. I help you guys with the information overload, those bidding nightmares, and not having a step-by-step sequence formula that you can follow. That's what I provide here on this channel to get you to the finish line of becoming a government contractor. Now, if this is your first time, then make sure you subscribe to the channel and go ahead and turn on that notification bell so you get notified when I drop new videos right here on the channel and when I go live. I've helped thousands of small business owners get into government contracting and get their piece of the billions of dollars the government is spending with small businesses every year. So let's get into the government is spending millions with minority-owned businesses every year. You know how you set goals every year in your business? Well, guess what? The government does the same thing every year. So they have a fiscal year that starts every October and ends every September 30th. During that time, they have goals that they've set aside to spend money with small business owners just like you. Minority-owned businesses, whether you're a woman-owned, service-disabled vet, a disadvantaged business, I'm talking about you. Is that you? All right, I want to share with you the goals of the government every year as far as setting aside contracting dollars for minority and small businesses. So for small businesses, their contracting goal every year is 23% of their contracting dollars. For small disadvantaged businesses, it is 5% of their contracting dollars. For service disabled veteran-owned businesses, it is 3% of their contracting dollars. For woman-owned small business, it is 5%. And then for their hub zone businesses, it is 3%. So those are their goals every year. Every year they have these percentages set aside as it relates to the contracting dollars that they want to give to minority and small businesses. Now think about this. The government is spending billions every year with small businesses. So if you do the math, if you get your piece of the pie, it could be a nice little piece and keep you really full. So let me break down it even further. I want to give you some dollars. These are going to be in billions of dollars, what the government spent in 2020 as it relates to small businesses and minority-owned businesses. So I'm going to break it down by set aside again for you guys, okay? So in 2020, for small businesses, they spent 145, we're going to round it. So we'll just say, and I'll show you the charts, but 146 billion is what they spent with small businesses. With small disadvantaged businesses, they spent 59 billion, okay? With service disabled veteran-owned small businesses, they spent 24 billion. Woman-owned small business, they spent 27 billion. And with hub zone businesses, they spent 14 billion. So that's a lot of money going to small businesses, okay? They're on track in 2021 to have their percentages as such. Small business, 26%. Small disadvantaged business, 11%. Service disabled vet, 4%. Woman-owned small business, 5%. And hub zone, 2%. So in most categories, they're actually exceeding their goals as it relates to how much they want to give to small businesses as it relates to their contracting dollars. Now, you may be saying, you know what, I'm not ready to be a prime yet. You know, I want to sit in the subcontracting position first. That's cool. And you may just want to stay as a subcontractor throughout your career as a government contractor, and that's cool too. these contracting dollars are being spent with prime contractors as well as subcontractors. So however you want to get in, I always talk about your approach. When you look at each opportunity, you have to decide what is your best approach as it relates to you being able to win that contract. And so it doesn't matter whether you're prime or a sub, contracting dollars are being spent with minority and small owned businesses. Okay, so you can get in whichever approach works best for you. So let me know in the comments, are you a small business or a minority owned business? Let me know down in the comments who I'm talking to. And let me tell you, once you have your certifications, it's more important than ever to know a couple of things: your capacity and what you bring to the table. Now, all certifications have their unique requirements, but they're even in more demand, some more than others, depending on whatever NAICS code that you play in. Okay, so depending on what you're going to offer to the government, some NAICS codes as it relates to a particular set aside certification may be in more demand than others. But let me tell you, you want to be prepared. You don't want to wait until you have an opportunity before you to think, maybe I should get a certification. Because if you wait that long, let me tell you, the opportunity that you're looking at that point is too late. With the right mix of certifications, okay, so have the right certifications, and I believe you should have all the certifications for what you qualify for. But when you have the right mix of that, in addition to your capacity and your capabilities, you'll be in high demand. So before we wrap up, I do want to share with you some of the different types of contracting opportunities that are available for you as a minority and small owned business. So one of the areas the government purchases a lot with small business is with products. Okay, so if you're a product, you have a product that you can provide, you're a supplier, maybe you offer office supplies, maybe it's tools to work on vehicles. You could provide furniture. It could be food, toiletries, things like that. So the government buys it all. So if you provide a product, trust me, you're probably in high demand with the government as a small business owner. Now, if you provide a service, same things apply. They are looking for you too. Maybe you do construction. Maybe you have a training company where you do professional training and development. You could be even a realtor in real estate, a broker, something like that. Maybe you provide janitorial services. You could also be in trucking and transportation. You could provide administrative services, bookkeeping, accounting, project management, project closeout, medical billing and coding. I mean, the list goes on. What I'm trying to share with you guys is the government buys pretty much everything. If you look around wherever you're at right now, more than likely the government buys that too. So if you've thought about government contracting, I say check it out for sure. Or if you're new to this, you just heard about government contracting, still check it out. See if it's a good fit for you. And for those of you guys that are in the private sector now, you're already making money in your business. Let me tell you, the transition into government contracting could be a game changer for your business as far as your revenue, your growth, scaling your business, increasing your profit margins. I always tell people, check it out, see if it's a good fit for you. Now, the first step you want to take to be ready to do work with the government when opportunity presents itself, right? You want to be prepared, you want to be proactive. That's step number one, is to make sure you're registered to do work with the federal government. And that's going to take place by completing the SAM registration. So let's recap really quickly. I'm not going to recap everything, but if you're on the fence about government contracting, if it's a good fit for you or not, you're like, this is you on the fence, right? You don't know if you want to actually go over the fence or not. Again, they're looking for you. If you're a small business, small disadvantaged business, woman-owned small business, minority-owned small business, service-disabled veteran-owned small business, or if you have a business that's in a hub zone, they're looking for you, and they have opportunities set aside specifically for you. This is especially if you already have a successful business in the private sector. you're doing work, you know, you have a successful business, meaning you're making money, you're generating cash flow, the government is looking for you. Now, if you need help, you know, this can be overwhelming. Remember, I told you I help you guys with the information overload, not knowing where to start, those bidding nightmares. So if you're experiencing any of those things and you want help along the journey to becoming a government contractor, then definitely reach out. You can, and I'll put the link down below. You can reach out to me and book a call, and let's see if it's a good fit for us to work together and me helping you get to the finish line and becoming a government contractor. So I'll put that link down below. Now, if this is your first time, don't forget, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and while you're here, go ahead and like this video, all right? And until next time, remember, you're just one contract away. Bye for now.